Hello, everyone. Welcome to my weird, wonderful world. And today I'm doing something just a little different. I'm still talking about music, my favorite subject. I'm talking about a band that's become in my top five favorite bands, possibly my top three. Now, in no particular order, because except for Tool, of course, because Tool is my favorite band. That's always going to be the top rung, no matter what. Underneath that, right now is floating three or four different bands that I love almost pretty much equally, and that would consist of Rush, Sparks, Bell and Sebastian, and King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Yeah, those five bands are my top five favorite bands at the moment. It's it's the it's the bands that really kind of I never get tired of their music. I love every aspect of it, whether they're still making music or not. Yeah, those are the bands that really kind of have a certain. I can keep going back to again and again and again and not be disappointed. So what I'm talking about today, okay, is this album here, and why I'm bringing this up is because it's, as you may or may not know, I love being able, if whenever possible, to try to promote our freedoms as human beings and as citizens. Now, there is something special about this particular album of King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard that people should be aware of. Is that this is their 12th album, okay, and it's released under what they call a BY-ND Creative Commons license, which means that the band uploaded the master tapes online for anyone to freely use. Polygondwanaland. This is pretty much my YouTube copyright test for Polygondwanaland, because as it is, okay, the B, I wrote it down here, okay, the BY dash ND Creative Commons license, share, copy, and redistribute the material in any medium or format for any purpose, even commercially, by anyone. And the licensor cannot revoke these freedoms as long as you follow the license terms. And the license terms are actually pretty easy. Attributes: you got to give appropriate credit, indicate changes, and you cannot, and that you say that you are not being endorsed by the band. I'm not being endorsed by the band. You know, if I can, I'll leave a link to their site and everything, and I give full credit to this album to the band. But again, and we cannot make any derivatives. If you remix, transform, or rebuild upon, you have to say, if you made changes to the album, you have to indicate that you made changes to the albums. I did not. And then no additional restrictions. Cannot restrict others to use. I cannot restrict the use of this album to others to use. But it's yeah. I wrote it right down from the site itself. These are kind of the bullet points. I suggest you going to Google, typing in a BY-ND Creative Commons license, and check yourself and see what that says. And because there's a little bit more details than what I wrote down here. This is just for me to tell you what my purpose is, and it's about sharing. It's about being able to share music. Okay, I know that YouTube has such a tight grip on what they consider copyright or not copyrighted. And this is an album that I should be able to freely, because I give full credit to the band. They're an awesome band. They're the ones that created this. I just wanted to share it, and I'm going to play the first song. There we go. Yeah, this is a 10-minute and 44-second song called Crumbling Castles. And this is it's the first song on Polygondwanaland. Now, yeah, I should be able to play that song, and YouTube should not block me on this because it is copyright free. I can completely, if I wanted to, I can make my own copies of them on vinyl, on CD, however format that I want, and distribute it, make profit on it, because the purpose is to be able to share, copy, and redistribute the material in any medium or format for any purpose, even commercially. So, and people have made copies of this album and distributed it and used the profits for and used them for charity. So I think that's a wonderful thing for the band to do, okay? Because the band are the owner of the music. And I don't know why I'm shouting over this, because I know you can hear me clearly enough over it. I did the test already, just to make sure that you can hear me over it properly. But now I can talk about the band and promote their albums. The other albums you do have to have, those are not copyright. So I just want to show you some of my highlights and talk about this wonderful band that I just can't get enough of in the last couple of weeks. I'm going to be going back to Sparks and listening to more Sparks because I still love that band and I need to hear more of that band. But yeah, right now I'm captivated by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. This band is awesome. This was, of course, the first album that I first heard of King Gizzard. The first song I heard was the first song of Rattlesnake. But my favorite song on here is Nuclear Vision. Probably their best song ever, in my humble opinion. That I think Nuclear Vision is my favorite song of them, and probably their best song. My opinion, of course. But yeah, if you don't know anything about this album, it's all done in microtonal, the frets between the frets, it's 24 frets rather than just the 12 frets. They added frets to give more notes. The notes between the notes, like that we don't hear too often in our Western music, but the Eastern music, like the Asian music and that, they use a lot more of the microtones. And this is such a beautiful album. Probably my second favorite album of theirs, of course, because that is my favorite album. This is probably my second favorite album for now. I can't wait to get more King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. I still really love this album though. I find the melodies is so catchy, and I keep humming this more than anything. And like all those songs like Cold Cadaver, Trapdoor, even the 4 first songs. And I find this is solid throughout. Some people might argue that this kind of diminishes on the second half of it, but I don't think it does. I think this is a solid album all the way around. I love it. It's right at the moment, maybe my third favorite. I did my ranking. You can go and check that out. I'll leave a little link up here for it. Boop. So you can go and check that out. My ranking for King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Yeah, so this is probably the last video I'm going to make about King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard in a little while. I'm just happy about this band. Want to give you a video today. And I thought this was a fitting little subject that I'd be able to play at least one song from this album without being without being penalized for, something that I'm allowed to do. Don't be a tyrant. Don't, you know, so, yeah, all the credit goes to King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard because they are from called Flightless Records, and they are such a great company, and I thank them greatly for allowing us to be able to use that. Again, I want to repeat that the band uploaded the master tapes online for anyone to freely use. They want you to be able to take samples of it, take it, sample it, use it in your music. They allow you to use any sampling you want from that, copyright free. So other bands out there, if you have a band you want to use and you need to use some copyright free music, they allow you to do that. So yeah. So I also like these albums too. I mean, these are a little bit lesser for me. I don't know. They are growing on me. They are I give them a higher rating than I did last time in my rating. Eventually, when I get a couple more, I'm going to be getting within 2 weeks from now. Within 2 weeks from now, I will have 2 more King Gizzard albums. I will do another ranking in about 2 weeks of the King Gizzard albums. It'll give me time to play the new albums I get. Of course, I'll be doing a grand opening of those albums as soon as I get them. So yeah, I don't care how many albums they have. I want them all. Again, same with Sparks. I don't care how many albums I have. I want them all. I don't care how many albums they have. I got 8 Sparks albums. I have 7 King Gizzard albums. And yeah, I love them. I love them. I want to continue this until the song is over. I'm just playing this song, just one song. 10 minutes and 44 seconds. So it's a nice long song to begin the album. And again, it's probably another one of their most epic songs. There's such a flavor to this album that, all their albums is, every time I play it, they get better and better and better. I see new gems and new, But again, Not a Gone Infinity. If you still haven't, if you've been watching my videos and you still haven't gone and listened to this album, start with this. I would say start with this, because this is a great starting off point for King Gizzard. And and then from there on, because they go either way. They go heavier or they can go lighter. And I mean, I loved it so much. I was so obsessed that I had to draw that. Just to get that out of me. And putting the Not a Gone Infinity wording behind there, it was more to give the picture some texture, some different texture, and you see how it all kind of blends together there, rather than it being it was to give it texture rather than having the words. But if I was going to put something there to give it a texture rather than just a random pattern, I thought adding the main part of the lyrics that repeats throughout the entire album. The whole Not a Gone Infinity opens the door. Not a Gone Infinity opens the door. Yeah. Oh, so good. Listen to them. It's all the same song. It's all one song you just heard. And then from there, and then the next song is the title track of Polygondwanaland, and it tells a story. This whole album tells a great story. if you can see that, I'll try to get out of your way there. Well, okay. Those are the lyrics. Not the best. That's something about my new camera, that it can't handle stuff too close. It wants to blur it up a little bit. So, yeah. Such a talented band from Australia. I want to say that they're an Australian band, and probably at the moment my favorite Australian band. I mean, I think there's AC/DC, of course, but yeah, no. This right now is my favorite Australian band. And so everybody, that was Crumbling Castles from King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. And again, I want to thank them for making this album a copyright free album, and I suggest everybody go out, check them out. Now, I paid for this album. I paid money for this album, but I'm just hoping that money went to a good cause, that is doing good in this world, that is helping somebody, that is making somebody genuinely happy for the right reasons. That's all I kind of want to say about that. So, okay, I'm going to get off my little King Gizzard kick until I get a new album, of course. Yeah, until the next new album. So, hopefully you are seeing this video, and if not, then we'll let you know tomorrow, I guess. But so this is a mute point of me saying this, because if you don't see this video in the first place, doesn't matter if I tell you about it now for tomorrow. Well, anyway, everybody, please be safe. Take care. I will see you on the flip side. And please, everyone, have a great day, evening, night, wherever you may be. Peace, everybody.